Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers DB DeShon Elliott changed his mind about Aaron Rodgers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in the market for a quarterback this offseason. After trading for Justin Fields and signing Russell Wilson a year ago in the offseason, both are without a contract heading into next year, and it's unclear if the team wants to return either one of them. One possibility for a team looking for a veteran presence under center is Aaron Rodgers, who will not return to the Jets next year. Rodgers has been linked to several teams, including the Steelers. Defensive back DeShon Elliott commented on an Instagram post that suggested the former Packer and Jet might join the Steelers to make it clear he wants no part of Rodgers in Pittsburgh. "Leave his *** at the retirement home," Elliott posted. But now, it appears Elliott has changed his tune after a chance meeting with Rodgers. He posted a photo of the pair at Proactive Sports Performance in California, with the caption, "Who retires first?" Elliott had a big smile on his face and was giving a thumbs up. It's not the first time the Steelers' defensive back gave a negative opinion of Rodgers. While playing for the Lions in 2022 and Rodgers had made certain comments, Elliott said, "Shoot, whatever. The way he carries himself. I don't like none of that shit." Apparently that's all out the window now, and Elliott is okay with Rodgers' antics. Either that or he just really wants a winning quarterback to come to Pittsburgh. Is that Rodgers? We'll see. Bookmark all Steelers for news, commentary, and opinion all season. Follow Tim Ham on X for all the Steelers and NFL news, updates, and analysis throughout the season. For more on the Steelers, subscribe to the Black and Gold Daily Blitz podcast on FanstreamSports.com. Daniel Jeremiah would be pumped if the Pittsburgh Steelers draft this massive prospect. The NFL draft is a little over 2 months away, but NFL teams and prospects will descend upon Indianapolis next week for the NFL Combine. Ahead of the NFL Combine, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah broke down who he thinks the Pittsburgh Steelers could land, and it came down to one player. That would be Michigan defensive tackle Kenneth Grant, who Jeremiah really likes. He sees Grant as an instant impact player who can help as a run defender with pass rush upside. All in all, Jeremiah said he would be pumped if the Steelers landed Grant. "I think Kenneth Grant, he's got the ability and the tools to do some unique stuff, and he has not come close to scratching the surface of his potential. So, I would have no problem whatsoever if the Steelers made that pick, and I'd be pretty pumped up about it if I were a Steeler fan," Jeremiah said. Jeremiah believes that Grant can play inside as a nose tackle and then has the agility and movement skills to peek out to defensive end and 3 technique. That makes him a unique prospect in this class, and Jeremiah even saw some Dexter Lawrence-like potential in Grant's game. He's going to be 340 pounds, and he's going to run under 5 flat. I mean, you're just going to see an athlete that's a freak. He's not a polished rusher yet. So, I think that's all in front of him, and I think in the meantime, he's someone who is going to dominate against the run. He's going to eat blocks, and as a league that's gone to so much shell coverage and become so obsessed with taking away explosives, well, you do that, you've got to play with light boxes. And so, I do think that talking to people around the league and just following the team around the league and speaking to people every week, there's more value in these guys now, Jeremiah said. Grant is currently projected to go in the 20s, which would be right around when the Steelers pick at 21st overall. With comments from head coach Mike Tomlin and team president Art Rooney too about how much the run defense boosts they can get matters, Grant might be the type of pick for the Steelers. Ryan Clark strongly reacts to Ben Roethlisberger's Steelers criticism. He's wrong. Former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger again expressed his concern about the future of the Steelers way in his latest Football and Podcast episode. But his former teammate and ESPN's Ryan Clark took issue with one major aspect of Roethlisberger's point. Big Ben suggested that the Steelers need to evolve to continue attracting high-end free agents to help win another NFL championship. Clark responded to the ex-quarterback by essentially arguing that's never been part of Pittsburgh's culture. "All respect to Ben Roethlisberger, great teammate, Hall of Fame, first ballot guy to me," Clark said on ESPN's NFL Live, via Steelers Depot's Ross McCorkle. But he's wrong because when you look at free agent signings in Pittsburgh, you think of names like James Ferrier, Jeff Hardings, Kevin Green, who's a Hall of Famer, and me. Ain't no way I should be one of the biggest free agent signings in a team's entire history, but I am because the free agency was not where the Steelers built their team. They built their team through the draft. Of the 22 starters for the Steelers in their last Super Bowl victory during February 2009, only 4 of them played games with another NFL organization before coming to Pittsburgh. Ryan Clark argues Steelers have never been big players in NFL free agency. Honestly, Roethlisberger's criticism was not very clear. He took issue with the team's recent free agency approach and yet also seemed to suggest the Steelers' way could be dying because there's not a lot of leaders left who the team drafted. A team has to know when they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers that they're going to be hurting. Same way, when I knew I was playing Baltimore, that I was going to be hurting. We need to play Baltimore every week, that needs to be our mentality as the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to go just absolutely pound these people into the ground in a clean way. And you know what, we're going to be hurting, but you're going to be hurting worse. And I don't know how that keeps on, said Roethlisberger. I don't know if that's been lost from players now cause there's so few guys left. Cam, TJ, even Minka, he's been there for a while, and he's a leader, but he didn't get drafted here. He got brought here. Later, Roethlisberger added, you have to evolve. You can't assume everybody wants to play for the Steelers. People used to want to play for Pittsburgh for a Super Bowl chance yearly. Ryan Clark targeted the last part of Roethlisberger's criticism, clearly stating that the quarterback was wrong. There may have been a handful of instances where free agents wanted to play for the Steelers. Clark named a few. Himself and James Ferrier were notable free additions for the 2008 championship. Ferrier also started for the 2005 Super Bowl team. But it's not as if the Steelers have signed high-profile players in NFL free agency and aren't anymore. Free agency has never been a major part of Pittsburgh's roster-building plan. Steelers signing more free agents in recent years. There's a lot of irony to the free agency comments from Roethlisberger and Clark. Because in more recent offseason, the Steelers actually have made free agency a bigger part of their roster building under general manager Omar Khan. Despite all the rumors, pundits doubted whether the Steelers would make a big move at quarterback last offseason because it previously wasn't the Steelers' way. The franchise then made 2 big moves behind center to add both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, the former of which came in free agency. And are you a fan? What do you think of Ryan Clark's statement? Leave your opinion in the comments.